Till now, we have seen how the agitation is spreading into the parts of the state and how the new formations are happening in Telangana. Because agitation, whenever agitation begins, it will not have all the dynamics of it, all the aspects of it, like one organization, one planned committee and everything, it will not be there. Sometimes it starts as a spontaneous activity. Sometimes it starts at a single activity, a single step, single protest, single form of agitation. But it will manifest in different angles. It will spread into different areas. The initial demand in any movement can be something else. But in the course of action, in the course of agitation, what will happen? The movement will take new forms and finally reach higher goal. That is what we can see. See, in 1952 also, again, I will be comparing every stage of movement with the other stage of movement so that you will understand the dynamics of the movement. You will understand the manifestations of the movement. 1952 started as anti-Mulki, but gave a slogan, Jai Telangana. But the Jai Telangana slogan was not so big and the duration of the movement was small. And this is starting for the employment Mulki issue at Palvancha and the injustice done to Mulkis in employment from Illendu or Khammam. This is a small activity and growing into a bigger movement. Now the agitation is reaching a stage where a group or a formation should be there which will be leading the movement. Otherwise, spontaneous movements will die spontaneously. There should be some direction. What will happen? Sometimes, though the spontaneous movements enter into a higher phase, if a correct leadership is taking up the reins of the struggle or the movement, then it will come to its logical culmination. So here the need we are feeling. Telangana People's Convention, as we talked about, was the grouping of all the people, students, intellectuals and political activists. And this People's Convention called for Bandh on March 3rd. When they sat on 18th itself, they called for March 3rd Bandh, Telangana Bandh. Why they called for Telangana Bandh? That is because assembly will be in session from 3rd. When the assembly is in session, the political activity or the protest will have its impact. All the MLAs, political representatives, people's representatives, whatever you call, will be there in the assembly. And the agitation will echo in the assembly and definitely it will become a political activity. That is why in any movement we can see in the next phase also, whenever the assembly is in session, we will have some of the important activities so that the agenda of the assembly can be changed to our agitation. So this is the tactics of any agitation. So March 3rd was Telangana Bandh. Assembly meeting started. And as I was talking about the political maneuverings of the Andhra leadership, what they did was, the CM insisted, or the CM made all the 9 Telangana ministers except Konda Lakshman, means 8 members, gave statement against separate Telangana. You see, in the first stage, when a meeting was being held there, Chokka Rao said that belittled the demand of separate Telangana. Now, all the Telangana ministers, they themselves are giving a statement against separate Telangana and saying that we don't need Telangana. CM is great. He is looking after the welfare of Telangana region too. That's what they are saying. That statement is an insult to the Telangana people. This is what we can see always. The political leadership in Telangana was lagging behind always. People were in the forefront, students, employees, teachers, youth and other sections. They start the agitation and political leadership is behind, somewhere far away, lagging behind. But when the movement enters into a stage, then all these people will come and catch up. That is what we can see in many of the movements. And here also, there was no political leadership, established political leadership in the movement till this period. And these ministers from Telangana gave a statement saying that Telangana is not needed. Except Konda Lakshman, remember this name. Konda Lakshman was the only minister who did not give a statement. Instead, he was ready to resign because his consciousness did not allow to give such statement. This is what he told in the next phase also. Many a times he was talking about this incident. Then, first Telangana Bandh, that is again, all first should be remembered. First firing, first organization, first Telangana Bandh. First Telangana Bandh was a success because people participated in it. Who opposed it? All the political parties opposed it. Congress MLAs opposed it, MLCs opposed it, Jansangh, the erstwhile form of Bharatiya Janata Party, Jansangh, Bharatiya Jansangh. They also opposed Telangana Bandh. Majlis opposed CPI, CPM. Of course, we know that both communist parties were opposing Telangana from the beginning. They are for Vishalandhra. Only in the last stage, there was a change of stance by CPI. CPM did not change its stance. They were for Vishalandhra till the end, till 2014, till the Telangana state was formed. CPI changed its stand and it became part of the movement, and it changed to pro-Telangana stand in the last phase. But at this point of time, CPI and CPM both were against Telangana. So all these political parties opposed Bandh, and Telangana MLAs were actually, whenever there is a movement, more than the ruling class, their subordinates or the people who want the favors from the ruling class, they will be in the forefront in making changes in the entire program. Actually, we have discussed that February 28th was the deadline for the implementation of GO 36. What is happening? Government did not show the eagerness to implement it. The things are not moving fast. So when the deadline was fast approaching, Telangana MLAs extended the deadline for the implementation of GO number 36 to March 15th. You see, these people are, there is a saying in English, more loyal than the king. More loyal than the king means king should be loyal for himself. People are more loyal than the king. This is what applicable for our Telangana MLAs in all phases. They extended the deadline saying that, okay, we'll wait till March 15th for the implementation. Why there is a delay? There is no sincerity in the government's intention. That's it. And the MLAs are still like ostrich and thinking that they will implement, or they are not ready to accept that without their participation these things can happen. Any one of them. So, next is the government, how they were reacting. The Department of Public Relations, Andhra newspapers were making propaganda, vicious propaganda against Telangana. At this point of time, the propaganda was so horrible. We'll be talking about when we are talking about culture. Why Telangana? Why should we give Telangana? This was the talk. Telangana is lawlessness. Telangana is not capable. Telangana, less qualified people. Telangana, boozers. Telangana, uncivilized. We will teach them. This is what they were feeling. They were talking openly. This is, we have seen this in 1969 movement. So, Andhra newspapers are talking about the language, talking about the life, talking about the economy, everything, and criticizing Telangana and agitation. Telangana agitators were called as goons. Mushkara mookalu anu matladaru. Mushkara mookalu ani matladutunnaru. So this was the thing happening about propaganda. Because there is no magazine or newspaper which was in favor of Telangana. All the newspapers, as we have discussed earlier in the last chapter also, except Golconda, all are Andhra capital. And Golconda stopped by 1966. So where is a newspaper? But at this point of time, we should remember one great man. We should remember one of the magazine, Janadharma, which was published from Warangal. M.S. Acharya, Madabhushi Srinivasacharya, M.S. Acharya, a journalist, editor of Janadharma, was carrying all the articles, news and analysis of Telangana agitation. Even the beginnings of our movement, that is Khammam or Palvancha, all the incidents were reported in Janadharma. That is how Janadharma, though it is a small paper, it carried the agitation on its shoulders, whatever it can. So this was really a marvelous and important thing about a journalist committed towards Telangana cause. Remember this point, Janadharma can be asked in your examination. Editor M.S. Acharya. Father of present, another great son of the soil, that is Madabhushi Sridhar Acharya. Presently the RTI Commissioner, RTI Central Commissioner in Delhi. So, Madabhushi MS Acharya was the editor of Janadharma. Janadharma was carrying all these reports, but all other papers were carrying malicious or vicious propaganda against Telangana. So, at this juncture, amidst heavy deployment, bandobast, violent actions, Telangana total was a great success. People did not come out. People were completely into action, and United Andhra Pradesh ruling class could not stop the first Bandh, which was so effective. Then, now I am talking about the People's Convention changing into a political platform. Like, People's Convention first meeting was held on 8th and 9th March at Reddy Hostel. Remember this March 8th. March 8th is International Women's Day. March 8th is very important in Telangana too, because many of our agitations, many phases started from March 8th. In 1958, Telangana Mahasabha was having its meeting on March 8th. Again, now you can see People's Convention meeting on March 8th. Again, in the last phase of our Telangana movement, Bhuvanagiri Sabha on March 8th. March 8th is internationally significant, at the same time significant for Telangana too. So on March 8th and 9th, 2 days convention at Reddy Hostel. It was presided by T.N. Sadalakshmi. T.N. Sadalakshmi, remember this name, a great Dalit leader who was active in Dalit emancipation activities. He was in Congress, then she was into this People's Convention and TPS, and later again Congress. Her political activities were described, were completely documented in the recently released book, Nene Balanni, T.N. Sadalakshmi Atmakatha, written by Gogu Shamala. Remember this? This can be asked. Nene Balanni, T.N. Sadalakshmi Atmakatha. T.N. Sadalakshmi should be remembered for another thing also. She worked as the endowments minister, Devadaya Shakha. Hey, Dalit becoming an endowments minister is rare in our Brahmanical society, in our Brahmanical dispensation. So, this is one of the important aspects. And she started Archaka College to preach Dalits of priestlyhood lessons so that they can be appointed. This Archaka College was started near Yadagiri Gutta. So, these are the important aspects about T.N. Sadalakshmi. So, T.N. Sadalakshmi presided this meeting. Mallikarjun was the main organizer. Mallikarjun, a student leader, a medical college student, and Professor Ravada Satyanarayana, physics department of Usman University, gave the inaugural speech. Vande Mataram Ramchandra Rao, another Hyderabadi who was in pre-1950 activities, Vande Mataram movement in Nizam state, he has taken many lathi blows. Each lathi blow he shouted Vande Mataram. That is why his name got consolidated, or his name completely finalized as Vande Mataram Ramachandra Rao. An Arya Samaji by faith, Arya Samaj leader, Hyderabad. So, E.V. Padmanabhan, as I talked about him, ex-councillor, all these people attended. In this meeting, separate Telangana map was presented by Munir Jamal, editor, a journalist, and it was launched by Purushottam Rao. It's a formality actually. What is a Telangana map? If you cut Andhra districts, we will get our Telangana map. That's what happened in the last phase. You take the Andhra Pradesh, separate Andhra districts, you have your Telangana map. So, Telangana map becomes a symbol for our protest again. So, Telangana map, unveiling of Telangana map, it's so simple, but it has its emotional, sentimental and symbolic aspect of activity. So, another important aspect of this meeting, Quit Telangana slogan was given by Sridhar Reddy. Quit Telangana. Sridhar Reddy later also continued as a political leader into Congress. Sridhar Reddy, a student leader who was opposing Channa Reddy in the next phase. We will be talking about it. So, this is Quit Telangana by Sridhar Reddy. Then, interesting story should be told when we are talking about Reddy College meeting. When the meeting was being planned, or when the meeting started, Brahmanand Reddy's plan was to disrupt it. It might be very funny or it might be something which is odd. A CM sending goons to stop the meeting. We may not accept or we may accept, but it happens. CM sending his goons means not like in a film. The people, he'll be ordering some of his close people so that you send some people so that they will disrupt this meeting. So CM's attempts to disturb the meeting was scuttled, were completely stopped by some of the people. Like some information came that these people are trying to disrupt. Immediately Dr. Gopal Krishan, I have shown the photograph recently, that Dr. Gopal Krishan gave some money and sent some people and to bring lathis from nearby Medari, nearby bamboo sellers. So they brought these lathis and these people are also equipped. If goons are coming, they can also fight back. That is how he strengthened the fortress of this meeting. Otherwise, what would have happened? They might have come, they have come and they might have created some of the ruckus and finally disrupted, and lawlessness. The political aspect of this meeting will completely vanish. So saving the meeting was done by Dr. Gopal Krishan. Though it may not be asked, but to document, to understand the history of 1969 movement in stories, in points and in sequence, in conceptual way, also important. So then there are some people in politics too who were really representing the cause of Telangana at the center. I would like to name one person's name, that is M. Narayana Reddy of Nizamabad, MP from Nizamabad. From day one, he was for Telangana. He was fighting for the cause of Telangana. So 7 MPs from Telangana wrote a letter to the center asking them to appoint a tribunal to be headed by a Supreme Court judge. Naturally, that letter will be addressed to the Central Home Minister, Y.B. Chavan. The 7 members of parliament, that is 7 MPs, were J. Ramapati Rao, M. Narayan Reddy. Ramapati Rao was from Karimnagar. Narayan Reddy, G.S. Melkote, Sangam Lakshmi Bai, P. Ganga Reddy, J. Rameshwar Rao, Vanparthi, Surendra Reddy, Warangal. These 7 MPs wrote a letter to Y.B. Chavan to appoint a tribunal to be headed by a C judge to look into the aspect of the Telangana injustice and agitation too. So, at this point, we should talk about what is happening in other side too. In Andhra, there was some opposition, like Andhra Rakshanodhyamamu was started in Andhra. Andhra Rakshanodhyamamu. Here we want Telangana to be separated. There Andhras want to save Andhra. Andhra Rakshanodhyamamu in Andhra. And at places like I already talked about Eagalapenta, attack on employees of Telangana. Telangana employees who were in Srisailam project at Eagalapenta were attacked. This is physical manifestations of your opposition. But about the literary thing, poets like Kundurti, Arudra, Karunasri. Karunasri means Jandhyala Papaya Shastri. Pushpa Vilapam lantivi rasaru. Very famous man. Then all these people were spitting venam. They were writing against Telangana. They were writing poetry against Telangana. Telangana movement. They will not write against Telangana, but they will write against Telangana movement. First and foremost simple aspect is this is an illogical and leaderless violent agitation. That is what they will brand whenever they have. And then you write poetry. This is the poets were doing. And at this juncture, at this point of time, a man rose to the occasion. A man came into the fore. That is Kaloji Narayan Rao. Kaloji Narayan Rao, a towering personality from Telangana, who immediately changed his stand after seeing all the oppression in the till 1968. He was a Vishalandhra supporter in 1952. Even when the SRC came, he was supporting Vishalandhra, United Andhra only. But now, Kaloji Narayan Rao has changed his stand and now he is for separate Telangana. He wrote for Telangana, he stood up for Telangana from this time onwards. That is why Kaloji Narayan Rao's beginning, many of the intellectuals or writers we can see, when they are idealistic means not ideals I am talking, idealism. When idealism is there, they will think that yes, all Telugu should be under one umbrella, all should go, we are all equal, we are Telugu, they are Telugu. This is idealism. But when you see the reality on the ground, when you see the injustice meted out to Telangana, definitely you should change your stand. And Kaloji did it. As we can see, many of the people, many intellectuals were opposing in the initial days or in the old stage, Telangana movement. But they have changed their stand in the last phase. So Kaloji is one such great man who changed his stand from Vishalandra to separate Telangana during this agitation, and since then he didn't look back. He was thoroughly with Telangana movement. So this is happening in Andhra. Then here again on the agitational side, TNGOs, teachers formed a joint action committee. Again, JAC we are talking about. Any two groups coming together for united fight is a joint action committee. In Telangana, we have this JAC form as an organization in a very big way. Regularly, whenever you have something, we have a JAC. That is why in the last phase also, what is the organization which has led to our formation of Telangana? That is Telangana JAC. A conglomeration of all the parties with big and small strengths. So TJAC is the last phase. Now here also, teachers and TNGOs came together to form Joint Action Committee. On March 17, there was a Protect Democracy Day, or you can call it as Save Democracy Day. And they have decided that from 1st April onwards, they will go on indefinite hunger strike. Indefinite strike. They will go on indefinite strike. Means they will not go to offices, they will not work. That is, they have decided. At the same time, another man, though he is hailing from Andhra, ex-MLA from Andhra, a member of CPI, and he got vexed up with all the promises, unfulfilled promises, and umpteen number of promises for Telangana without any implementation. And he could sense the just aspect of Telangana, so he was the one who sat on indefinite hunger strike for Telangana. Andhra ex-MLA sitting on indefinite hunger strike for Telangana. Korapati Pattabhiramaya, ex-CPI MLA, started his hunger strike on March 3rd. He was lifted from the hunger strike site by the police, but he continued it till 16th in the jail itself. Finally, his hunger strike has to be withdrawn because of the police pressure. Now that man is not in the open place, he is into police hands. So once they have arrested, so they have stopped forcibly, and they have applied all the what you call legal sections saying that he is trying to commit suicide. So this is Korapati Pattabhiramaya. Remember, whenever we talk about Korapati Pattabhiramaya, you talk about two more people, like one is Gautulachanna, another one is N.G. Ranga, who were supporters of Telangana in many stages. So, coming back to the events, what are the important events happening here? Girls faced police at many places, and one place, that is Narayanguda, is a must to be mentioned. You can see the photographs, girls occupying the jeep and moving. So girls were in the forefront. Interesting aspect is, first slogan in some of the protests might be in 1969 movement was given by a woman, a girl student known as Aruna. That is why recently there is a demand to rename KBR Park. We don't want KBR, that is Kasu Brahmanand Reddy. In Hyderabad you have KBR Park. We don't want Kasu Brahmanand Reddy Park because Kasu Brahmanand Reddy was in the forefront of suppressing Telangana movement. So rename it as Aruna Park. This was the demand recently. The one Pratap Kishore I talked about, Pratap Kishore's organization, now TPS is not a big organization. But some people who are carrying the legacy of Pratap Kishore, because everything is politicized, TPS is a small organization. Pratap Kishore's daughter Neera Kishore is heading TPS today, and they have demanded that the park's name should be renamed as Aruna Park. So here, girls protest, you can see some of the girls who died. Renuka, in the photographs you could see a girl of 11 years died in the firing. Girls were in the forefront, came out into open fighting and protests, taking out rallies. So this was the situation. And on the political front, NG Ranga, another person from Andhra, a political leader from Andhra, a peasant leader from Andhra, supported Telangana in Lok Sabha discussions. He was a parliament member. In Lok Sabha, he supported Telangana demand and asked, if there are many states for Hindi-speaking language, Hindi, why not 2 states for Telugu? This is what he asked. He questioned the linguistic aspect of merger. He has questioned the linguistic reorganization of states also. So this is another important aspect you should remember. NG Ranga was the first man to discuss about Telangana in parliament. Discuss means non-Telanganites I am talking. Telanganites actually they are talking or someone they were giving representations or memorandums as we have seen later to YB Chavan. So non-Telanganites and Andhra giving this one. So on June 10th, employees started indefinite strike and this continued for 37 days. So 37-day strike was one of the important aspect of this period. During Sakala Junnalu Samme in the last phase, it was 42 days. Now it is 37 days, only employees strike, remember. Employees 37-day strike is very important because you can at least have a dent on the government's credibility, government's functioning. Offices will not run smoothly if you are on strike. So this is the aspect. Talking about another important aspect which is very interesting also, even jails are not left in Telangana movement. The prisoners, actually some of the people who were arrested during Telangana movement, this 1969 movement, will be kept in jail. Already there are some convicts in the jail. Might be they might have got punishment, judgment is there, punishment, or at least under trial. But Andhra prisoners who were in jails were attacking the Telangana political people, that is Satyagrahis they are calling. Andhra prisoners attacking Telangana people in jail. 2 major incidents happened. One is, that is why I called it as even prison walls have Andhra bias. Prisons walls have Andhra bias. Why? Because it is not the wall which is hitting Telangana. It is the people who are inside the prison, that is the convicts. With the help of the officials, Telangana agitators were beaten up. As we can see, 31st May, Chenchalguda jail, the first incident happening, that is some people like Ramakrishna and Pisolkar, all these people who were the students who were lodged in Chenchalguda jail, they were the witnesses of this movement. They have seen how the people were beaten up in Chenchalguda jail. When the attack happened, when the police was talking, the basic pretext they were taking was the prisoners, means the Satyagrahis or the Telangana agitators were trying to escape from the prison. So we have attacked. So there was a ruckus. There some people attacked these Telangana people. This was the answer by the department. So connivance of officials we can see very clearly. So again in Secunderabad also on 24th June there was another attack. Andhra jailer opened the barracks to attack the Satyagrahis. This is what we can see. Very interesting. They are not just in connivance. They were actually forcing them to beat Telangana Satyagrahis or political prisoners. They opened the barracks gates and asked Andhra prisoners to beat these people. So these are the important things happening in this phase. What is the conclusion? We can see the first 3 months of the agitation was led by the employees and students, which are non-political. They were talking about their demands. And these protests were on the streets. Pitched battles were there, lathi charge and killing in the police firing was there. This is a mass movement. And CM tried to pacify the movement through political maneuvering and brutal repression. Maneuvering through Jalagavengal Rao or Sheelam Siddha Reddy or someone else, or pressurizing Ravirnath to discontinue his hunger strike, or making the Telangana ministers to make statement. All these are political maneuvering and repression on the other side. So still the basic aspect of the Telangana political leadership is they were tailing Andhra leadership. And last point is from Reddy College hostel meeting, we can see gradual transformation of this mass agitation into a political agitation, political activity under some political people. That is, first is Telangana People's Convention, and then this is changing or converting itself into Telangana Praja Samiti. So, these are the major aspects of 1969. I will tell you the 3 questions or 2 questions which will come in your mains after the conclusion of the next topic or next class, so that complete 1969 movement will be thoroughly discussed. So, in the next class, we will be completing with the political agitation or the agitation, mass agitation entering into political activity in parliament or assembly through political parties.